Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 9, most confidential knowledge, text number 8. Prakritim swam avashtabhyam. Vashtabhya Vishrijami punak punak Buddhagramam imam kritsnam Avasham prakritir avashat Prakritim swam avashtabhya Vishrijami punak punak Buddhagramam imam kritsnam Avasham prakritir avashat Prakritim swam avashtabhya Vishrijami punak punak Buddhagramam imam kritsnam Avasham prakritir avashat Prakritim swam avashtabhya Buddhagramami punak punak Buddhagramami imam kritsnam Avasham prakritir avashat Dhammi Prakritim swam avashtabhya Vishrijami punak punak Buddhagramami imam kritsnam Avasham prakritir avashat Prakritim, the material nature, swam, of my personal self, avashtabhya, entering into, Vishrijami, I create, punaha, punaha, again and again, Buddhagramam, all the cosmic manifestations, imam, these, kritsnam, in total, avasham, automatically, prakrite, of the force of nature, vashat, under obligation. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The whole cosmic order is under me. Under my will, it is automatically manifested again and again, and under my will, it is annihilated at the end. Purport. This material world is the manifestation of the inferior energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This has already been explained several times. At the creation, the material energy is let loose as the Mahatattva, in which the Lord, as his first Purusha incarnation, Mahavishnu, enters. He lies within the causal ocean and breathes out innumerable universes, and in each universe the Lord again enters as Garbhodakashaya Vishnu. Each universe is in that way created. He still further manifests himself as Shirodakashaya Vishnu, and that Vishnu enters into everything, even into the minute atom. This fact is explained here. He enters into everything. Now, as far as the living entities are concerned, they're impregnated into this material world, and as a result of their past deeds, they take different positions. Thus, the activities of this material world begin. The activities of the different species of living beings are begun from the very beginning, very moment of the creation. It is not that all is evolved. The different species of life are created immediately along with the universe. Men, animals, beasts, birds, everything is simultaneously created, because whatever desires the living entities had at the last annihilation are again manifested. It's clearly indicated here by the word avasham that the living entities have nothing to do with this process. The state of being in their past life, the past creation, is simply manifested again, and all this is done simply by His will. This is the inconceivable potency of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And after creating different species of life, he has no connection with them. The creation takes place to accommodate the inclinations of the various living entities, and so the Lord does not become involved in it. Prakritim swamavashtabhya vishridami punak punak buddhagramami mankritsnam avasham prakritir avashat. The whole cosmic order is unto me. By my will, it is automatically manifested again and again. By my will, it is annihilated at the end. Namo Vishnu Vidaya Krishna Pristai Bhute Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Taramane Namaste Saraswatim Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Srinivadi Paskatyade Satarane Eka Desha Sitha Yagnya Joshna Vistrasiyata Paracha Brahmana Shaktistatedam Akilam Jagat. Just like fire is in one place, but it's illuminating all different directions. So similarly, Krishna is in one place, but Parasya Shaktirve Vidaiva Shuyate Swabhavaki Jnana Bala Kriyacha. Simply by his willing, his different energies act as a natural sequence. So although we have one conception of what's going on here, but actually here it explains that this material nature is simply working under Krishna's will, but Krishna is not directly involved in it. In other words, Krishna may, from his transcendental position, see everything that's going on, and he may, direct his material energy to perform all the activities that are going on, but he's not directly involved in it. He's, as they'll say in the next verse, he's simply sitting there like the judge. The judge is ordering someone to be given a large amount of money, not based upon the judge's proclivity or propensity or personal desire, but based upon the activities of the person who comes before him. Similarly, someone may be condemned to death, but the judge is not being affected by it. He's simply carrying out the law. He's giving the punishment as the law prescribes it. So similarly, Krishna is simply sitting there observing the activities and the desires of living entities and awarding them their just awards or their punishment accordingly. But he's not affected by it. He knows that the living entity is not really dying. He's not really experiencing heavenly pleasure or hellish existence. He's simply imagining these things are going on. Of course, it's not that we don't so-called enjoy our suffering, although it's only suffering in the material world. But it's not real from the point of view, it's only temporary. When we're experiencing something, especially pain, we think it's going to go on forever. This horrible experience I'm having, it's just going to go on. So we're just wondering when it's going to turn into a wonderful experience again. And then it turns into we become relieved from the experience, and then it turns back again into a horrible existence. And then we think, when am I going to get relief? And then we get relief, and we think, I'm going to be in heaven forever, and then we're back again. So the material nature is acting just like punishing a criminal. Sometimes when the criminal is going to be punished, they put him underneath the water, and he's almost drowned, and then they quickly pull him up again, and he feels ecstasy breathing air again. And then they quickly bring him underneath the water again, and he's again in misery, about to drown, and then they pull him up again, thinking, now I'm in ecstasy. So the material nature is like that, continuously evolving the living entities or transforming the living entities from good sad asad yoni janmasu, from one miserable condition to a relief from the miserable condition back to the miserable condition again. And if we think, let me go to the heavenly planets and I'll live there forever and enjoy no more misery, well, people in the heavenly planets, it's just like going for a vacation on the weekend. It goes really quick. when you're enjoying, time goes quick. So you're there in the heavenly planets enjoying, and then suddenly you're back in Ljubljana during a pandemic. And you thought, well, I thought I was on vacation, but it didn't last very long. But who's doing it? Krishna is behind the whole thing. Now, one may question what kind of personality would continuously have people, living entities, suffer perpetually. Is this the God from the old Bible, who's just throwing people into the blazing fire, punishing them because they disobeyed his commandment? You rascal! Throw you into blazing fire. Poof! Serves you right. Whereas a kind, all merciful God, little baby he's killing, didn't do anything, yet die, you little bastard. No, actually, Krishna is always the same Krishna. He never changes. Therefore, he doesn't personally take part in the creation, but he observes it. And as the observer, he acts like the judge. He's completely neutral. It's not up to him what we deserve and what we desire. That's up to us. He's simply giving us the results. Just like John, the judge, is in the courtroom handing people large amounts of money or condemning them to punishment, and they call him Your Honor. He has a certain uniform on, but when he goes home, he takes off the uniform and he puts on his robe and slippers, and his children come and call him John. Now, he's the same person. He looks differently, has a different name, and certainly has different activities, but still he's exactly the same person. So Krishna, he has many incarnations doing different activities, but he always remains the same. He's just performing appropriately, all with the idea of helping the living entities in the material world to make progress towards spiritual enlightenment, towards reviving their relation with him, or in the spiritual world in his loving relationships with his devotees. In any case, he's always the well-wisher of all the living entities and acting for their benefit, although it may appear that he's favoring some and causing others to suffer. But this is not Krishna's position, nor is it his mood. He's equal to everyone. And when he's punishing someone, it's for their benefit. And when he's giving one the rewards for their activities, that's also for their benefit and encouragement. So I'll stop there. Thank you. Any questions? Is that rain or something? What's that?
Oxygen improvement.
Oxygen. Oh.
It's too much fire.
Fire? Oh, burn candles. Burn. Any questions? Yes.
Maharaj, can you explain? Today starts the month of Kartik. Why is this lila of Yashoda binding Krishna in Kartik? Why is this so special? Why not when Krishna goes to Dwaraka, or I don't know, when he comes out of the forest? Why this lila? I mean,
That's a nice lila. We're trying to bind Krishna in our hearts, so that's what the song says. It's an opportunity to bind Krishna. Because this Kartik, I think, is especially celebrated in Vrindavan, where the Leela takes place. But Prabhupada brought Vrindavan Leela all around the world, so we're celebrating it here. I don't remember celebrating the same way when Prabhupada was here. I just, Kartik is a special month. It's mentioned in the Nectar of Devotion as a special month where one gets special credit, especially in Vrindavan. But why this Leela? Because why not? We celebrate not only this Leela, but we'll celebrate so many Leelas, even in Kartik. We'll celebrate Govardhan Puj, Go Puj, We celebrate something, so why not Damodar Leela? I think, and we were discussing, I was discussing with Ananta, I think it takes place during this month. Why this month is so special? Because Krishna wants it to be special. That's the only reason why it's special. And if he says you get a little extra credit, then I guess you do, because he's the one in charge of handing out the credits. But we have to do devotional service. That's why we had a little extra devotional service by offering a giwik to him. So if we don't do any extra service, at least we get that much extra credit. Do you have something to add, Ananta?
I'm just looking. When this Leela was performed, it was when Krishna was 3 years old.
3 years old.
Yeah, and Govardhan Puja was when he was 7 years old.
Rasa Leela when he was 8. He waited 1 year after the Govardhan Puja.
Mm-hmm.
That was in Sharad season.
Chandramani Maharaj will speak on Damodar Leela from Shri Damodar Janini from Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Then more information can be heard.
Okay. All right, anything else? Thank you very much. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Premanande.